I'm Gail Warner. I'm an interviewer for the Rodeo Historical Society. It's November 11th, 2023, and I am interviewing Skipper Voss and his wife Connie, and he is being inducted tonight, excuse me, into the Rodeo Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Skipper.
Thank you.
Tell me, where were you born and when? Give me your birth date and where you were born.
3/15/44. I was born in Alvin, Texas.
Alvin, Texas, down by Houston.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Were your parents in rodeo, or what did your parents do?
No, I don't know whether you ever heard of Bubba Goodo. Anyway, we met in the first grade.
Oh.
And we fought until we got in the sixth grade, and we decided that was going to hurt each other. But he rodeoed, and that's where I started.
Okay.
What'd your parents do? What'd your parents do?
My
Your
dad,
parents.
my dad was an electrician. My mom was a beauty operator.
Okay, so they really weren't rodeo people at all
No.
then. So you got all your interest in rodeo through the fella that you fought
doing
with.
things. I tried riding bulls, but I couldn't ride no bulls, so I found a niche with the
Yeah.
bullfights.
Yeah, okay. Did you go to college, or where'd you go to school? I heard Allen Military Academy.
Yes, ma'am.
Was that for your college, is that right?
No.
Oh, that was
high school.
Oh,
And
okay.
then college, I went to Ranger Junior College, and I played 2 years of football.
Okay. What position?
I was a split end.
Okay, all right. And did you have a scholarship?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It was a full scholarship.
Good. And you were the captain?
I was the captain of the team. Me and Larry Lee, we were both
Okay.
got to be captains.
How old were you when you first started thinking about making rodeo a profession?
I have no idea.
Were you in college maybe, or just out? Or
No,
what?
I was out of college.
Okay.
And for a while, I started in.
Well, you started being an electrician. Weren't you going to be an electrician
Yeah,
first?
I went through 4 years of apprenticeship school,
Yeah.
and the day I turned out of that, I took off rodeoing, and I never used it.
Or
I went back to go to work, and they said, "No, you got to take a test." I said, "Well."
no test. Okay. So you went into rodeo at that time then?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd say it's probably about 24.
About 24. Okay. Do you remember your first rodeo? Was it at Alvin?
I tell you what, it was at Texas City,
Oh, okay.
and they didn't have a clown, and George Hill had a really bad bull, and he come over and Bubba said, "I got somebody to take care of you." So I did. So that's where I really started
The bullfight.
the bullfight.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And you knew that's what, you got your adrenaline rush there then?
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. You also worked for Sloan Williams.
Yes, ma'am. About 6 years on
Okay, and he was around Central Texas mainly?
that. Around all of Texas, I think. He was the man. He was the big producer.
Uh-huh.
You know, everybody knew him, and he had a lot of rodeos. Him and Mr. Harris, what was his name? But anyway, I worked some for him too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I just stayed in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And mainly you were fighting bulls?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have to have any acts or anything at that time, or had that?
Oh, yeah.
You did? What
Yeah,
kind of acts did you have?
Well, ain't nobody accused me of being funny.
Oh, okay. All right. That was, but you had to have them to get a job.
Well, not really with Sloan, and I got to where I had all of his rodeos, and I just fought those.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you were in that era that Wick Peth had just started where they were letting.
Well, and I think there was more of like maybe a funny man, and the funny man just included Skipper a little bit and
Okay.
stuff. The funny man was the one in charge, and Skipper helped him a little bit.
Oh, wasn't so funny.
Yeah.
Well, that was quite an era that switch was happening.
Right.
And I know in the interviewing Wick that, you know, he started out with acts until they told him he was about as funny as a funeral in the rain. And then, but he was so good, and you were too. So you did the same thing. You were so good, they had to.
That's just what I became,
Yeah.
a bullfighter. I didn't have to do the acts. They hired somebody for that.
Did you have anybody that had, was Wick somebody that you learned from what he did, or did you just do it naturally?
No, I just knew that Wick Peth was the man.
Mhm.
And I didn't even, I don't think I worked any rodeos with him, except for the bullfights. I
Uh-huh.
was long, you know,
Did he work in the bullfights, or was he a judge by that time?
the first 2 or 3 he worked in,
Oh, he did, okay.
yes. And the first one,
Uh-huh,
I won.
okay,
That was in Rapid City.
uh-huh,
And Wick was in that.
I see. So you beat Wick in that?
Yes, ma'am. I
Okay.
mean, Wick was he older than I am? I think he should be.
I'm sure he is, yeah, I can't think right now, but, yeah, he had to be. He had, well,
I don't know. and
Yeah, I
he
think
didn't
he
start
was.
pretty close to the time I did.
could have been, yeah. Well, his family they didn't raise, but they had bucking bulls, and he watched them and studied them for so long that when he got out of high school, that's just what he did, you know, I mean, he was so good at it. And, so, I don't know, I'd have to look that up. Okay. Born 1930. You were born in
44.
Yeah.
44,
And
so
Rick
he
was born in 30.
Yeah, he was
Quite a
14
bit.
years older than you were.
And when he came into fighting bulls in the bullfights,
Uh-huh,
he was actually done fighting bulls.
yes,
And he came back for that, but
okay.
he just wasn't with Peth anymore, you know, he was,
Mhm,
Just got older in your.
Yeah,
kinda
He's-
like me now.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're not taking any jobs these days
No.
as a
He
bullfighter.
better not be.
Do you remember when you joined PRCA in 1973? How long had you been fighting bulls?
Well, I worked for Sloan Williams for 6 years.
So you worked for Sloan and then you joined the PRCA?
Well,
You weren't.
working for Sloan and hired Harris.
I think he quit, didn't he? Didn't Sloan kind of give it up about that time?
Yeah. he
So
did.
you probably joined the PRCA because you wanted to fight?
Oh, I love working for Sloan. Sloan,
Uh-huh.
great.
Yeah, good. Who'd you work for when you joined the PRCA? What were the major?
Well, I started out, let's see, I went from, who did I work for?
Were you staying in Texas? Did you work for Steiner?
I worked for Steiner for 2 years.
Okay.
And And then I went off to South Dakota for Jim Sutton for
Sutton.
about 4 years.
Okay.
And who did I work for to start with?
Well, I would imagine you probably worked for Steiner.
I could have. I just can't remember all that good stuff.
Well, I've got here, when you first started, you worked for Steiner. That's what I read somewhere. And the first year, you had 135 rodeos.
Yeah, well, he told me, see, Sloan told Steiner about me.
Uh-huh.
And so he hired me for the first rodeo in Louisiana there.
Mhm.
And I went out there, and after the first performance, he hired me for everything he had.
Yeah.
And so I worked for him for 2 years, and I decided I was gonna go South Dakota.
Mhm. Mhm. And then the second year, you worked 142. So you were working a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
With that, I wonder how you even got from one to another. You were
But
working
look
so
at all
much.
the fun I had.
The first year you worked the national finals.
I didn't get to work the national finals because you couldn't work it your first year. That was a rule.
Okay.
Then I worked the finals, and then I had to set out for 5 years before I could work finals again.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's
That was a rule that they had at that
Yeah,
time.
I guess back
Yeah.
then,
Uh-huh.
you could, if you worked it 1 year, you couldn't work it
Yeah.
for 5 years afterwards.
Somebody
Not like it is now where you can work it.
every year if they wanted
Yeah.
to. Yeah. And then you worked it again in 1980. The next one you worked was in 1980.
yeah, I guess it was.
And
Yeah.
they were both in Oklahoma City though.
Right.
Both of them were, okay. And when you went to South Dakota to meet, to work for Jim Sutton, did he ask you to come up there? I mean, how did you get decide to go to South Dakota?
There was some cowboys from up there that recommended me, and he kind of did the same thing. He gave me a rodeo to work,
Mhm.
but after I worked that, I worked all of it.
Yeah. And that's when you met Miles Hare, right?
Yeah, me and Miles worked a whole year together.
Yeah,
He was a different dude, man.
How was Miles different than you?
Miles, well, his attitude was just different, but he just, he could fight bulls.
Mhm.
I mean, he was a good bullfighter,
Mhm.
but he was funny.
You had fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But your styles were different, right?
Yeah, I was more of a, I did the step through. I started the step through.
Uh-huh.
And that got me a lot of rodeos, because when you step through, your bull's head here, and, you know, it's close.
Mhm.
But I got hooked a lot too.
Well, yeah, you're taking lots of chances. What, did you learn anything new from Miles, or did Miles learn from you, do you
I
think?
think Miles will run from me,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
because, yeah, he hadn't been in the business for very long when he was working with me.
Okay. Yeah. You worked the Badlands Circuit together for 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you had a lot of fun. And Miles was the first bullfighter I ever sat down and visited with, like I visited with you in Alvarado. He was at the National Finals, and we sat in Holiday Inn, and I had a recorder. I quit using a recorder. I'm much more interested in hearing what you have to say, or whoever I'm interviewing. You started having knee trouble.
Yes, ma'am, that's what brought me to an end.
Yeah. How many surgeries did you have on your knees?
I had 10 actual cut type things, and then that 10 counts my fake knees,
Uh-huh.
which that's what brought me to an end, because I was afraid I'd go out there and tear up my knees again, but I could walk. I mean, I walk good with my knees. So, and they don't hurt.
Well, that step through, is that what did it?
I don't think so.
You don't think that was it? Okay. You did the Black Velvet Tournament of Champions in 1981. Do you have any recollection of that? You won Las Vegas and you won New York.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was
that was I mean, there were some good bullfighters there.
probably the best, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me and Miles got down to the last two, and and I said, well, I'll split it with you. If you win, you split it with me. And that's what we did.
Is that
I
right?
won, but I had to give him half my money.
That's great, though. That's great. Oh, funny. That's you remember Las Vegas and New York?
I remember Las Vegas.
Uh-huh.
I think I remember New York because I drove from New York over to South Dakota, and then I went back to New York. So I made one run one time from Calgary, Canada, all the way to Chiefland, Florida.
Oh, heavens.
And that was a one-run deal. I got there 3 hours before the rodeo started.
Were you by yourself?
I went with Tom Lucia,
Okay.
and he let me out at, he lived up there around Fort Worth in that area, and he let me out there, and my wife brought the trailer and stuff up there, and I got in.
Headed over. Oh my gosh, that's a long trek.
That's the furthest deal I ever tried to do.
Well, yeah, so you worked all over the country.
Yeah, I worked in Florida, Chiefland, Florida, and what's that other one down there? Big rodeo. Anyway,
Yeah.
and I just took rodeos just to take rodeos, you know?
You saw a lot of the country, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. You know, when I ask anybody, what's the hardest part of being in the rodeo? Travel?
I got to where I liked it.
Really?
I actually could get on the road, and I never had anybody with me, and I just, you know,
Watched it?
get it, cruise down the road, you know.
Well, you were making the best of it.
I got to where I really liked driving and all that stuff.
But the thing is he just drove down the interstate. He would just pass through towns that I would be like, oh, hey, let's pull over, let's drive through this, let's drive. And he's like, nope, I just went just straight on.
It's kind of what they do. Men do that.
Yeah.
They get to their destination.
There you are.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about when Jim Sutton had his meeting to get the world of bullfighting started.
I don't know how that really started.
I think it was Jim's idea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If anybody gave it to him, I don't know that. But Jim had a meeting in Rapid City. Because he...
Seemed like we talked it over, you know.
Who?
He asked me some questions.
Oh,
on it,
yeah.
you know.
Well, I know he invited you to come up to that meeting. And I think Miles Hare was there too. And Wick Peth was there. So he had the best of the bunch, really, at that time.
Right.
And did you think it was going to be
And we had Rob Smith.
And Rob.
You know, and Rob was fast, and I think he could outrun a bull. But I couldn't. I had to do the step through thing. But yeah, that was a good time.
Well, you broke your knees. He broke his neck.
Yeah.
You guys have had some, serious injuries. But they named it the Wrangler World Champion Bullfights. And it grew to be 20 to 30 bullfights at different PRCA rodeos.
I worked in New York at one. I worked.
Was that in Madison
all
Square Garden
Yes, ma'am.
in New York? Okay.
Yeah,
That's about the only place they ever had rodeos there, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
What was it like to go to New York?
Different.
Huh?
It was different.
And you were different.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you know, it was fun.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah.
and I actually liked the crowd. They loved us. You
Oh,
know?
I'll bet.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Other places you went, I know you must have had some favorite places that you went. Towns that had their rodeos and invite you back to come.
Well, that's one of them stories I was going to tell, but that
You want to tell it?
well,
Tell
it's
her.
it's at Cheyenne.
Uh-huh, yeah.
I get out there and I get my bull, and he cuts me off, and I take off down the fence parallel, and he comes and catches me and throws me up in the air. I'm up there at the second story thing, you know, where the bleachers come down.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
There's one underneath.
Uh-huh.
I was past that, and I got a picture of it. So I mean, I got it's and I'm coming down, and the reason I know I'm coming down is all my handkerchiefs and stuff. I had 3 of them, and they're all straight up. So I'm coming down,
Uh-huh.
and
Isn't that where you landed on the concrete?
oh yeah, then things got worse. I hit on the concrete like this. I mean, I was coming down, and I kind of caught myself, but you can't.
Hmm.
I was coming way too fast. I just crashed,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't work the next performance, but I worked the next 2.
Did you really?
Yeah. I didn't win nothing, but I mean, you know.
You were probably still a little stove up, huh?
Oh man, I tell you what, I was sore.
Uh-huh.
But
How many of those world championships did you win in that world, that?
well, I
bracket?
worked the first 5 I went to.
Okay. And did you win the first 5? or-
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I won a couple, but it just kept getting worse and worse. My knees kept getting worse and all that, and that's one reason I retired. I stayed 3 years that I shouldn't have,
Mm-hmm.
and they just got so bad. The doctor said you need to put in some.
You need to find something else to do
Ooh.
for fun.
Yeah. So I went to fishing.
So I think it was 1982 you won the Wrangler, first one. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
And when you started working that Wrangler bullfights, that's all you did. You didn't do other rodeos, did you?
I think so. Yeah, it got down to the point where I was just working the
Yeah.
bullfights.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I was doing so good when I first started,
Mhm.
but I just kept getting I couldn't beat them anymore. I just couldn't do what I used to do. And so I just quit. I was 85, I quit.
But do you think that the Wrangler bullfight was a good thing for
Yeah,
rodeo?
if it's worked right. But a lot of times they brought bulls that didn't fight and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I'd probably be a pretty good deal.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I've watched them on TV, and they need a little more refinement.
there are several of those around now that are
Yeah,
having
right.
those. Do you go to them? Do you go to watch any of them, or do you just see them on
I
television?
see 'em on
We see 'em on-
television.
We've been to a couple. I mean, you know,
Mhm.
we've been to a couple. We went to a, what is it, the UBF, United Bullfighters? I can't remember who has that.
Mhm.
And then we went to, the one that Joey Austin has. I'm sorry, I can't remember that one either.
Mhm.
They have their finals during the finals in
Oh.
in Las Vegas,
Mhm.
I believe.
Mhm.
So we've just been to a couple of them.
Well, when your knees made you quit, and really that's why you
Well,
quit,
and
right?
yeah, and they worked out fine.
Uh-huh.
But I was afraid I was gonna tear them up, and there I am. I had to go through all that again.
Mhm.
Maybe I might not have been able to, but so I just said, "Heck with it."
Was it both knees or just?
Both knees.
Both knees. Well, that's pretty much telling you, you better find something else to do.
It's just, when you can't run, it's hard.
Yeah, exactly, in that business. But, tell me about the feeling when you fought bulls. Tell me about what did you feel when you handled a bull?
I don't know. It just seemed natural to me,
Really? Uh-huh.
and even the first bull I ever fought, when that guy wanted me to help him,
Mhm.
and that bull was bad, and I just walked around and just fought him good, and everybody went, oh man, you need to both start fighting bulls.
Mhm.
So it was a fun time. I'll tell you what, it's one of the greatest things that have happened to me is to do that. I'd probably be in jail or something.
In jail as a jailer or as
Yeah. Of course, then I met my wife too. That
Uh-huh.
was great.
Mhm. What was it like getting married to a bullfighter?
Well, see, he was already done with all that whenever I met him, and we met in San Angelo,
Uh-huh.
and I mean, just normal.
That's
You know,
what-
we both go to
wasn't
work.
Nothing
We
normal
both.
about it. I was older than she was, and her brother threatened to kill me if I didn't take care of her. and her dad, he wasn't all for it either. But we've been married for 31 years now.
And you have,
We have a son, Casey.
yeah.
He's 24.
Okay, all right. Looks a lot like his dad.
Looks exactly like his dad.
So, you retired in 1988. And then you had a business in Waco. What did you do in Waco?
We had a concrete coring business.
This was in Alvarado. We had a quarry.
Alvarado, okay.
He had a quarrying business in Alvarado after he retired,
Okay,
and then he ended up selling that. You can go ahead and tell us the rest.
That's
Okay.
what I did. I ended up, me and Doug were gonna buy, Swanee Kirby.
uh-huh.
We was gonna buy him out. And he was for it.
Mhm.
But when we sold the company and everything and was gonna buy his deal, his son said no. he didn't go for it. So that kind of killed a lot. But me and her bought a RV park,
Okay,
so that worked out really well.
so you had an RV park and
In
that was
Waco.
in Waco?
We bought that
Yeah.
RV park in 2003.
Okay,
We had 120.
24 spaces. And then we just sold that in 21.
okay. So you're retired now?
I am. She ain't. She's a workaholic.
Okay, what are you doing, Connie?
I'm managing an RV park.
Okay.
And she couldn't wait to get out of that one we had. So.
I'm managing an RV park, and I work for But I actually don't stay over there. It's not like I have an office there. I work for Ken Baker Services, which is an air conditioning and heating and appliance repair
Okay.
business.
Mhm.
And so whenever I'm not, doing campground stuff, then I'm helping Michael with getting in parts and putting, finding which technician and matching papers together, and I just can't sit still.
Mhm.
I can't sit still. I can't just be in an office all day.
Yeah.
I've got to be able to,
Get out.
get out and go drive around and.
Yeah.
Well, I just realized that that's really not good for you.
That's not what?
What
Good for you. That's sitting around watching TV all day,
Uh-huh, yeah.
that don't, you end up, I feel weak,
Uh-huh.
but I'm starting back a regiment
And what are you doing now?
now. I'm just working out.
Working
and
out?
Stuff, yeah.
Okay. Go to the gym? Do you go to the gym or do you do it at home or what?
I was going to a gym.
Uh-huh.
What was that for?
I'm not sure, but you work out quite a bit at home now.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Well, and then just getting out in the fresh air.
Just getting out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, walking, and I do a lot of walking. I don't, yeah, I'm with the
Me and
gym.
her do walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have a pretty neighborhood to walk in. Our neighborhood isn't that pretty.
I don't know though, we got a house right on the river.
I
Oh,
know,
that-
but that's, yeah.
Is it close to where your RV park was?
It was, and it's right across the
street.
street.
Okay. Okay. All right, you've been inducted to a lot of halls of fame, and I may not have them all, but you were inducted at the Texas Rodeo Cowboy Hall of Fame, and that was, I think, in 2006.
I tell you what, I can't.
I think
Bull
it-
Riders
Yeah,
Hall of Fame, 2015.
yeah.
South Central Texas Rodeo Ring of Honor, 2017. PBR Ring of Fire, I don't know what the date on that was. Central Texas Rodeo Hall of Fame over at Kerrville.
Yes. which
The All Cowboy and Arena Champions Hall of Fame in 2021.
that's the one that they do in Kerrville. And that's
Oh,
going
that
on.
one, okay.
I think that's going on this weekend
Okay.
also.
This Central Texas goes on at Waco, doesn't it? Or
Uh,
does it?
I think it does now. I think it
Yes.
does now, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm lost.
Well, now that I've named all of these, the next
But
question.
they're all in Texas.
They're all in Texas?
Just
Yeah,
about every
all
one of
those
them
are
is
in
Texas.
Texas.
Okay, yeah, except the PBR.
The PBR I'm not in.
I thought you got the
I
Ring
had
of
a mis-
Fire.
I had a mishap with
Oh.
that deal over there.
Okay,
So I'll never be in that one.
okay, all right.
Okay, hold on. I think we're confused. The PBR is professional that's the PBR is the professional bull riders.
I'm talking about the one.
He's talking about the PRCA
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
in Oklahoma, in Colorado.
Springs.
Colorado
He's not in
Springs.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
There
yeah.
was something about that, but
Mhm.
it's.
Okay.
There.
What is this induction that you're having tonight? What does that mean to you?
Oh, it's a big honor.
Is that the biggest honor you feel as far as all these halls you've been inducted in?
Exactly. This is worldwide known, or at least the United States. So it's quite an honor to me.
Well, you deserve it, Skipper. You were voted on by,
Did they have a board of directors?
they have a board of directors that pick people who have been admitted, they send in their, they want people to be considered. And they pick from those being considered that have been sent in, the ones to be on the ballot. And then that is sent out to the general membership of Rodeo Historical Society. That is the organization that really the Rodeo Hall of Fame here in the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum is a result of the Rodeo Historical Society membership voting for those. So you've been voted in by the membership.
Well, I know Macbeth
Mm-hmm.
helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But
a lot of people did.
yeah, and Dan Hill, I don't know if you know him.
Uh-huh.
He got a barbecue place down
Well,
there. He got hurt real bad.
Well, well, you certainly, you know, it cost you something, you getting your
Well-
knees hurt, but, you know.
I didn't have good knees starting. But, you know, I got around all right.
That's great, that's great. Anything that you can think of what's your favorite rodeo? What is favorite of any rodeo that you worked? Surely you.
Fort Worth.
Fort Worth.
I worked it 4 years and I loved Fort Worth.
Mhm. Is there any rodeo that you just worked continually, came back and asked you to come back every year? Did you have any of that?
Well, Fort Worth,
Okay, 4 years, okay.
4 years, yeah, that's about all I lasted for anything.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Did you ever feel, and you've mentioned Miles, and we've mentioned Miles and Wick, those were, Rob Smets, those were your biggest competitors, or was there anybody else that?
Well, Wick was about done.
When
know,
you came on?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Rob, I taught him how to do that step through
Mhm.
on a chair.
Oh,
I was showing him how to get how it works and all. And Miles, he picked up everything. He had some bull sense about him. You know, he was brought up on the ranch,
uh-huh.
so he had some wisdom about him. You know.
Mhm. Anybody that we haven't mentioned that you really admired?
I think those were mostly his biggest competitors.
His
Uh-huh.
biggest ones, yeah.
Was Miles and Rob that I know of.
You really never traveled with anybody else then? No. Did you have any guys that you ever traveled with? No.
No.
Nothing you can remember anyway, huh?
Well, I can't remember much.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Well, and because everybody was coming from other directions. You know, he's coming from Houston, Miles coming from South Dakota, or, you know, wherever he was staying in Texas at the time. So, I don't think it was, you know,
Yeah.
I don't think people traveled much
Yeah.
together.
Well, yeah, you gotta be working the same rodeo or going to the
Right.
same, and they were all
Right.
going different directions.
Right. Well, coming from different directions.
Mhm.
You know, they might have met up at the rodeo and were working together, but they were all coming from different directions.
Skipper, did you ever work Houston?
Never.
Never did.
They had, back then, I went up there and talked to the guy, and they hired people over and over.
Well, yeah, Miles worked it for how many years? He had
Yeah.
Cajun,
But see, I was done by then.
yeah, uh-huh.
So, yeah, I went up there and talked to them, and they kept the same bunch of guys.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. Well, you know, I've had people tell me that a lot of those big rodeos that go on for 10 days or whatever, try to get people to come in for a lot less money. And you have to be your own agent, so to speak, with making arrangements for the money.
I've had them actually call me.
Uh-huh.
You know, somebody told them about different things like that. Well, I worked in Las Vegas several times too.
Mm-hmm.
Not Las Vegas, but Reno.
Reno? Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And Las Vegas, back when they used to have the rodeo part of it, you know, just it wasn't National Finals.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked them several times, a bunch, in fact, about 7 times, I think.
Eldorado? Was it Eldorado?
Yeah, it's it.
Eldorado. Uh-huh. Yeah.
And,
And you worked Calgary,
I worked the bullfights at Calgary.
the bullfights at Calgary.
And that's another one that hired the same people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But,
Well, you know, every one of those committees does it their way.
that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't make me that big a deal,
Who are your closest friends in the rodeo world?
but Smets and
Miles.
Miles.
Can't get any better than that.
I don't know, we just clicked together, you know.
Well,
Had a fun time.
that,
Like I tell them, I said, I didn't make much money, but I had a lot of fun.
well, you can't beat that. That's wonderful. And you got a great family. And your son interested in rodeo at all?
No.
Not at all.
He's what do they call that? Where you
He's a
ride a board? Wakeboarder.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Pretty darn good one too.
Yeah.
He does the flips and flops and all that stuff.
That's great. Skipper, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us about your rodeo career and your life. We appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you be inducted tonight.
Oh,
Thank you
great.
for having
Thank
us.
you.